Alex Eric from the Eric from Street Photography blog. Currently on the streets of Mexico City. Gonna do a walk around the block and share some random thoughts I have on them. So the first idea is this. Realize that resentment is probably one of the worst emotions that we could feel as human beings and individuals. The basic idea of resentment is this. We look at other people like they're the causes of our ills, and resentment is like drinking poison and hoping that other person dies. Now, the reason why I think resentment is so bad is that essentially you're thinking that other people have more control over you in your own life than you have control over your own life. And therefore, I feel like the simple solution is to realize two facts. First and foremost, other people don't have that much power to make a positive impact in your life. And also, conversely, other people don't really have the power to have a super negative impact on your life. And now I feel like this is really empowering because sometimes a lot of us in life are thinking, oh, if I only had the perfect partner, if I only had the perfect kid, the perfect artistic collaborator, the perfect business partner, then suddenly I'll be a lot happier. And what I think is more important is for us to stand independently and think that we could be the cause of our own happiness and our own thriving in life. And now the second thing too is that obviously, nobody has a perfect life. We've all been slighted in the past. We've all been screwed over by our parents, our siblings, other random people in our life. And rather than just kind of mope around and just kind of blame others for our misfortunes, better to think, okay, that's the shit that happened to me in my past. I can't change that. How am I gonna benefit from this? So for example, let's say you had some sort of negative financial downturn in the past. Perhaps you could use this opportunity to think to yourself, okay, I got suckered in the past for this thing. I'm gonna use this as a positive experience because maybe in the future, this is gonna prevent me from having an even bigger loss. So for example, in the past, when I was in college, I think I lost about $3,000 in the stock market, which is a lot of money for me as a student. And the reason I lost all that money is I put 100% of my money into these penny stocks. And, obviously I felt kind of like really stupid about it and I felt really sad about it. But then again, the way I was able to overcome this is that thinking to myself, perhaps I'll just use this opportunity that in the future, when I have more money, I'm not gonna make that same mistake. So even as I got older, I learned this thing from Nassim Taleb, never to put more than 10% of your money in any single investment. And therefore, as a consequence, I probably saved tens of thousands of dollars instead of losing, in the past. So essentially what I mean to say is in the past, I've lost thousands of dollars in order to not lose tens of thousands of dollars down the road. And also I think this is interesting too because often we've been kind of screwed over by other people in the past. We could use it as a positive, is that for example, when I was a kid, I was bullied in the past, and that was actually a good opportunity for me to learn how to have more self-esteem because if you never had your own personal ego challenged, you'll never learn to defend yourself, you'll never learn to stand up for yourself. And the same thing, like imagine if you're a boxer. If you want to become a stronger boxer, obviously you need to put yourself up against more difficult opponents. If you're always just fighting against newbies your whole life, you'll never become stronger. And so in a sense, we should think of our opponents in a positive way. We should be grateful for them because in fact it's our opponents who make us stronger. And I think life is too short to be resentful. It's better for us to take the control of our life in our own hands, to take risks, to do things essentially, I think one of the best ways to not live a resentful life is for us to only obey our own personal needs, our own personal desires and wants, and never do anything contrary to our own thoughts, our own specifications. And this is the biggest sucker mistake we often make. Doing something because someone else tells us to do it, and doing it hoping that somehow you'll get screwed over and then being able to resent or spite them later. My suggestion is in the first place, better to not listen to others, especially if their own opinions contradict yours. And then I think you should actually never become resentful. And also everything in the past, I think this is what we're forgetting, is really an art. The art of forgetting, the art of not being resentful for things in the past. Rather, I think a sense of gratitude is more helpful. Like even sometimes in the past when I've been really sick, to me it's been beneficial because I've become stronger as a consequence, and every great illness leads to greater health down the line. So no more resentment. Let me ask you, what are the ways that you're able to prevent resentment or conquer resentment, or what are your own personal thoughts? Leave a comment down below, and let's realize that anything that tries to harm us will actually make us stronger. Peace out.